Welcome one and all to Monte Carlo, the jewel of the Formula 1 crown, and it's time for F2 League Racing once again for Season 4 of F2 at RLH. And, well, one of the most important qualifyings of the year, of course, a one-shot quali, so you have to be careful, but of course you have to attack. And we're coming towards the end of our lap now as we run down towards Rascash, 2 more corners to go, and then Anthony Nogues, keeping it nice and tight, fusing a bit of first gear, getting the power, now just being accurate through Anthony Nogues, getting the power nice and early. DRS open and running towards the line. It's been a good lap so far, and we crossed the line to a 1 minute 19.8. Gives us our first pole position of the season. A cheeky 4 extra bonus points there for us as well. And well, there isn't a better place to be for the Monaco Grand Prix. And well, the 4 points, very happy as well, and a good little margin out front too.
Monaco, Formula 2 has been welcomed back to this most famous of race locations, and the excitement in the air is building as we count down to the start of today's race. The Circuit de Monaco is, for all practical purposes, pretty much unchanged since its 1929 introduction. It's strange to consider that this 2.1-mile lap will take the drivers here around almost an entire country. 19 corners, but not that many opportunities for overtaking. Instead, this is a track that rewards technical skill.
As we set ourselves up onto the grid, the harbour, waiting for the start of this Grand Prix. The lights are here now. We're the only guy in the top 5 on the super soft compound tyres, and the lights are out, and we are racing here in Monaco. And of course, that extra grip off the line has given us, well, a perfect start. We're off and away out front. I wasn't really sure, didn't know how to play it, of course, in Vietnam. Went the wrong way on strategy, and that just cost me. So I decided to play it safe with a set of super softs. However, running down towards turn 1, just messed up the braking completely into the barrier, and we got front wing damage early on. So our tyre advantage completely cancelled out. And more great camera angles from F1 2020, and now Wesley is all over the back of us, our championship rival, and coming towards Rascash on lap number 4. We managed to keep him behind us, but just the car is so unstable at this point. Go down to brakes, we somehow keep it out of the wall. Wesley does very well to sort of get on our inside, and now going for Anthony Nogues. We have to just concede the position here. Now, poor exit Bruma is going to come alongside. We've had to avoid Wesley there. We almost hit Bruma. We're now in a bit of Campos sandwich, running down towards Saint Devot and trying to go around the outside of the Campos to hold on to P2 at least. And at this point, I was thinking, right, now we've lost position. The car is feeling awful as the tyres are starting to wear away. It was time to come into pit lane. It was probably best just to come into the pits, once I got overtaken, because I wanted to try and, super soft tyres to the end now, the red striped compound to the end of the race. But of course, I went for the front wing change, kind of forgetting that it takes a lot longer in Formula 2. Of course, only a reduced number of mechanics. They're only starting working on the tyres. Basically 10 seconds into the pit stops. We've got a lot of work to do. And we now come out on a 15.5 second pit stop, and we'll get on the power. And look at us, now out in P14. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got the fresher tyres on track on a set of soft tyres, and now it's just time to go to head down and, well, make some overtakes and try and just close in on the front guys. Of course, that front wing change is going to lose that quite a bit of time to them. But now, much better exit than Magic Poop Cannon. We go down the inside into Mirabeau on lap number 7. We've got Skipper and Kappa just up the road. We come down towards Rascash once more. Having a look at Skipper. Kappa, though, goes in way too deep. Skipper gets caught behind him. We just about scoot on the inside, and fortunately Kappa just sort of turned into us there, trying to come into pit lane. We were just trying to get past. A bit unfortunate, but I mean, he was coming into pit lane anyway. I don't think there was any major issues there. Asmith, a little bit deep into turn 1, a little bit of hit against the wall, and now it's a drag race as we go through Beau Rivage up towards Massenet, trying to find a way past the MP Motorsport car. Goes in a little bit deep at the top of the hill. We do our best to just keep tight to the inside, just about avoiding him. I think he made a slight bit of contact with the wall there. And we're now up into P10, making quite a few positions at this moment. And now coming out into the ART of IFR Golden. Drag race down towards turn 1. A bit of DRS helping. We're a bit later on the brakes and managed to shoot around the outside of the ART. And just trying to make progress on these soft compound tyres. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do at this point. Now, racing against Big Bet. Drag race once again, a bit like Asmith this time though. We're alongside him, and on the way up towards the top of the hill, we go clean around the outside of the MP Motorsport car, and now it's just a case of pushing on. We had a bit of clean air to ourselves, and we just had to try and close in the gap best we could. Wesley, though, a little bit too far out in front, and we had Bruma just behind us as he came out the pit lane, of course, on a fresh set of super soft tyres. And as we go through, well, the very famous Nouvelle Chicane, we have a massive moment, massive slide. That allowed Bruma around our outside, and fair play to him. I gave him the room, but great move to get it all done and dusted around Monaco, round the outside of Tabac. And great stuff. And well, at this point, a little left in the race. We had to keep looking in the mirrors. Jarry now attacking us from behind. Bruma, though, did have 3 seconds extra of penalties, so we managed to get across the line and basically keep hold of P2. So with the 4 points for pole position, we did actually gain a point on race leader Wesley, so not too bad overall. And now on to the sprint race.
We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below.
Intermediate style conditions, of course, only the wet weather tyres in Formula 2, starting back in P7. Of course, the top 8 reversed from the feature race. The 5 lights are here now in Monaco, and it's 5 lights out, and away we go. Tentative start. Of course, no one's really done any wet running, and it's not even full wet conditions. It's not like you can really practice it in time trial or anything. But the 2 car lanes you can see on the inside, me and my teammate, I'm the second one. Actually, I'm the first one. Very questionable line through turn 1. I don't think anyone picked up any warnings, but now there's a drag race up the hill, wheel to wheel. Well, I think that is Jarry actually looking for a position here, trying to move myself on a P6, get squeezed a little bit, and just missed my braking point completely. Now Marius Daniel comes out towards the side. Somehow we have no damage, almost make a little bit of contact with our teammate there, who's in P8, just behind us, but she's just skating about. Marius Daniel, not as well on the traction as we were. Safety car has been called out, and he kept hold of that position. On the safety car restart, well, bit of damage against Marius Daniel, and now trying to look for move around the outside. We both go in way too deep, make a bit of contact, and that's front wing damage for us once again. Bosman's managed to get past, and now Marius Daniel went a little bit wide there. We got a good run on him down towards an over chicane. We go down the inside. Very, very late on the brakes. He was even later. We just about make the chicane. He doesn't and cuts across. So a little bit questionable there. And then an incident on lap number 6. We managed to go down Jarry's inside as we got up towards Massenet. And he just hung in a little bit more front wing damage than I had. And as we progress now through Casino, we see what coming up to Phil, I think, also had damage, lost out. I think there was a really big loser of that little incident that just happened there. And as we make our way towards, of course, the legendary Lowe's hairpin behind the Prema, but I think just that front wing damage he's got, I think a little bit more than I have. Just struggles to get the car rotated. And fair play to Phil, letting me and Wesley go through and told us up too much as Bosman had a massive little moment there. And as he got to the back of our teammate, no team orders. I didn't, no instruction on this. He is effectively the #1 driver higher up in the championship, but fair play to Boston to led me through. We've got a good relationship as teammates, and well, Colin doing well in the constructors' 2nd place at the moment after this race, and well, we pushed on, making use of these wet tyres, causing it a little bit difficult for us with the front wing damage, but nevertheless, it was now time to make a big decision. The rain was drying up, and the safety car had been called out. Do we come in for a set of slick tyres? And I thought, you know what? Let's risk it for a biscuit. We're coming into the pit lane to put on a set of slick tyres. Fortunately, Bosman was coming in too. However, even with my front wing damage, I decided not to make the change because I didn't want to lose out too much on track position. There are a few guys I wanted to try and jump. The likes of Bruma, who stayed out a lap longer, and he's going to be stuck behind the safety car a little bit. And well, we're now up into P2. Wesley is in P4, Bruma just behind us, and we get going. Once again, we're behind Brent with a couple laps in this race, but he's on the soft tyres, I'm on the super soft, but with my front wing damage, I can't really make use of the tyre advantage. And it was a bit like earlier on. I've got one eye on the mirrors. There goes Bruma trying to settle down the inside. I sort of already turned in, and I think he admitted it was still wet in places and just slid into me basically by accident. But stuck behind Brent, unfortunately, no way through, and fair play to him, really good defending on those soft compound tyres. And well, I don't know how Bruma didn't get past. He was all over the back of me in this in the final closing stages. But P2, it's a double P2 for myself. Bruma dropping down to P4 because of an extra penalty. But nevertheless, a good day for myself, making a few places after missing the last 2 rounds. Of course, with Silverstone, well, today, it's when we're racing, but you can probably see the video in the coming week. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.